always been a company, which is an international or a parent company, followed up by a region or franchise, followed up by an office or market center, and followed up by a manager or team leader. Now, here's the thing. Who pays for all of this stuff? The agent, of course, right? This thing is top heavy. The agent is paying the salary of the manager and the team leader. The agent is paying for the office and market center. The agent is paying for the region and franchise, right? Which is essentially paying for the international company. So our founder, Glenn Sanford, who is a genius, a tech genius, who was also one of the right-hand men for Gary Keller at many times. And he went to him and he said, look, he said, this model is broken. We've got Uber, we've got Netflix, we've got Amazon, we've got Lyft, we've got all of these model companies that are out there who are doing things a totally different way without brick and mortar. What if we were to flip this on its head and make the agent an owner without having to buy into a franchise, without having to pay to get out of a franchise? Literally, it would eliminate regions and franchises. It would eliminate offices and market centers. It would eliminate managers and team leaders. And you know what it would do? It would put the agent at the top. The one who's carrying the heaviest load is going to be the owner in the company. It was a brilliant model. By doing this, he's going to also include an international company. Now, if you already have your company and it's already built up, don't worry about that. You can keep it brokered by eXp Realty. For example, I'm the Kingdom Group, brokered by eXp Realty. You can do that. But if you need everything already done for you, the trademark's already done, everything's already done for you. Over 5,000 pieces of marketing ready to go for you as an agent right now under the brand of eXp. Now, how did we do this? We did it with 3 major disruptors. Number 1 is our cloud office. We built the most robust cloud office. We have avatars that can pass information back and forth to one another. We can refer agents. We can go in and literally get support at the drop of a hat. I literally had a closing that was going to be delayed by 3 days. I went into the transaction department. They got a manager on the phone. Literally through my computer, in 15 minutes, we closed that property rather than it being delayed. This is the kind of support. 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Eastern Time, we're available. How about being able to get in touch with your broker? You can literally do that at the drop of a hat. We have broker state rooms where you can go in. People think because it is a online brokerage that you're not going to get the support. You actually get better support. It's faster and it's more convenient. We also have an incredible system called KV Core that generates leads. Now, what does this system do? It literally does everything for you. It has AI technology built in. It can tell if it's a buyer or a seller that they're working with. It will automatically set up alerts for them. It will automatically set up campaigns for them. It will automatically set up text messages and emails for them, and even do voice message drops. There's so many different things that this system will do, literally, and all you have to do is make the phone calls. This system costs $6,000 a year if you're not with eXp. If you're with eXp, it's absolutely free. You can't beat it. How about this? Our training. Over 40 hours of training available in our cloud office. Now, here's the thing. You're not being trained by the best person in the office. You're being trained by the best person in the country. Only our top 1% agents, $100 million producers, are allowed to train inside of our cloud office. So when you get trained, you're being trained by the best of the best. And you're learning about tips and tricks that you would never know about at any other brokerage. I can promise you. I know. I've been there. Okay? Now, let's talk about EXPI stock ownership. As an agent with eXp, you immediately become an owner. Let me tell you how that happens. You sell your first transaction, they give you stock. Whenever you cap, we're on an 80-20 split with a $16,000 cap. When you cap, you get stock. Whenever you bring an agent into the company and they close on their first transaction of the year, you get stock. You can also purchase 5%. So you take 5% of your commissions instead of an 80-20, you go with a 75-25. That 5% of the commissions that you're using, they can buy back at a reduced rate to automatically give you equity inside your stock. It's pretty genius, and it's a great model to follow. Now, if you are an icon agent, that means you basically have capped and you've sold 20 homes on top of that and attended a few events. Once you've done that, you're an icon agent. The company will give you $16,000 worth of your entire cap back in EXPI stock. No other company that I know of is doing anything like this. And then thirdly is going to be our revenue share. Now, revenue share is not to be confused with profit share. I was with Keller Williams. I loved that company. I thought they were fantastic. Here was the problem. Just like the hierarchy on the left-hand side, the agent was paying for the manager, the office, the region. That's the way that it worked. The money came in from the international company. It was paid out to the region and franchise. That was paid out to the office and market center. The manager and team leader were paid all the way down to the janitor. And then we split the profit, quote unquote, with everyone in the office. Now, the problem with this, my highest check ever for a month was $28.71 in my profit share. My highest revenue share check has just been shy under $10,000 in a month. That's a big difference. Let's talk about that revenue share and what it looks like. It's basically when you attract other like-minded agents who are producing to do their job, right? To show up and do real estate. We are a real estate brokerage. That's what we're doing. We're not selling widgets or anything like that. But what we are doing is we are trying to find people that we want to be in business with, tell them about a great opportunity. And Glenn Sanford, our owner, has said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give 50% of every single dollar back to those agents for growing this company. Wow, what a game changer. Let's take a look at how that looks. If you see the numbers on the side there, 2,800, 32, 2,000, 1,200, so on and so forth, that's $16,000. That's our entire cap, okay? And Glenn says, I'm willing to give that back if I don't have to pay for brick and mortar and I don't have to pay for Super Bowl ads and so on and so forth. He said, I'm going to give that back to agents for helping me organically grow the company. So how does that look? Okay, let's say that you come into the company and you introduce it to John. Okay, John goes out and sells a $10,000 commission. Now we're on an 80-20 split. So John keeps $8,000, the company keeps $2,000. From that $2,000 the company keeps, they're going to give you $350 for introducing John into the company. Doesn't seem like a lot, but if you've got 10 Johns, it's $3,500 a month. This can add up, as you can see. Now, if John goes out and tells Mary, Mary sells the same $10,000 commission. But you're going to make more on tier number 2 because that's the way that it grows. We want people to help people, right? So Mary sells $10,000 commission. She keeps $8,000. $2,000 goes to the company. John gets $350, and you get $400 for introducing John. So $750 of the $2,000 has already gone back out in revenue share. And this is how it works. And it continues to grow all the way 7 tiers deep. Now, in order for this to work, the company says, look, we need to at least have 5 people enrolled before we can open up tier number 2. So you would bring in John plus 4 more. That would allow you to get paid on Mary. So on and so forth as we go on down the list. Let's take a look at how you could create a passive residual income of $7,800 a month. You know, all the people who have really truly made it in life, the richest of the rich, have all had some sort of passive residual income. Money while they sleep. I call it mailbox money. Okay? And we're going to teach you exactly how to do that. So here's you. You come into the company. You introduce it to 5 people. That's the magic number, right? So you introduce it to 5 capping agents. $2,800 a piece times 5, $14,000. Now, those 5 that you brought in are going to introduce it to 5 of their own friends or their whoever they may be, other agents that they know. Now, that comes out to a total of $14,000 on tier number 1, and you have 25 agents on tier number 2 times $3,200. That's a total of $80,000 per year. That is a total of $94,000 in mailbox money, residual income coming in every single year, which is $7,800 a month. Now, here's the thing. Is that always going to be the case? No, not everyone is going to cap. So we will address that here in just a moment. I want you to take a look at these numbers. 900,000, 4%, 36,000, 3,000. Here's what those mean. $900,000, according to financial advisors, is how much you need to save in order to retire a very mediocre lifestyle whenever you retire. Now, that same financial advisor says you can only take 4% per year out, which is a total of $36,000 a year or $3,000 per month. Now, remember our $16,000 cap over here? Let's go ahead and figure out a way to eliminate that. So here's you. Now, if you remember, the number that you have to unlock tier number 2 is 5, right? So let's say that it takes you 3 years and you get 6 people. So that's 2 people a year. That's not Recruiter of the Year, by the way, okay? Times $2,800, that's a total of $16,800. Now, every single person that I know in real estate has a buddy that pretty much follows them everywhere they go, that does everything they do. So let's say that's the case. Each one of those bring over one person themselves. That's 6 times 3,200. That's a total of $19,200. When you add those up, that comes to $3,000 per month or $36,000 per year. So my question is this: is it easier to save almost $1 million after taxes or join EXP and introduce it to 6 friends? I think the obvious answer is there. Now, let's say we were talking about earlier, not everyone is going to cap. Let's say that we take an average of everyone. We're going to go from the people who are icon agents who are getting their $16,000 cap back in stock to people that are not selling anything, okay? So the average, if you take it and multiply it across the board, not your personals, but everybody in your entire organization, is going to equal about $812 per year per agent. So let's say, hypothetically, that you bring in 10 agents. Those 10 go out and tell 40 more. Now you're looking at about $41,000 a year or $3,300 a month. That's not hard to do because you never know who you're going to tell, who's going to tell someone, who's going to take it and run with it. That's just the way that this works. Let's say you double that. You go to 100. Now you're looking at almost $81,000 a year or an additional $7,000 a month. Now keep in mind, we are a real estate brokerage. You're still selling real estate. This is what you do, right? But this is a great way to create an additional second income that literally you do the work one time and it happens over and over and over and over again every single month, every single year. That's the beauty of this system. So my personal sponsor, Sheila Fejeron, personally brought in just between 40 and 50 agents, somewhere like that she's personally enrolled into the company. I want you to know that those 40-some agents have turned into over 6,500 realtors across the nation, in Canada, in Australia, in UK, you name it. It's incredible because you never know who you're going to tell that they're going to tell. Look at those monthly numbers when you have 5,000 people. Look at those monthly numbers, those annual numbers when you have 5,000 people. This is a game changer. This system really, truly works if you work it. It's contribution for compensation.